In this lecture of information theory and coding, today we will see code trellis and state diagram. So let us study about code trellis. It is the compact representation of the code tree. The nodes on the left represents the current state and those on the right represents the next state. Always remember, in code trellis, the solid line indicates input 0 and dashed line indicates input 1. Now, considering our previous example of code tree, we had 4 possible current states, that is 0 0 corresponding to state A, 0 1 corresponding to state B, 1 0 corresponding to state C, and 1 1 corresponding to state D. Like this, the next states are also equal to 4, that is A, B, C and D. So if the encoder is in current state A and if a input 0 is given, then the next state will be also equal to A with the output, that is V1, V2 will be equal to 0, 0. So that is been represented with a solid line, and on the line the V1, V2, that is output, is marked. So from current state A, the encoder goes into the next state A with the output equal to 0, 0. So again, in the current state A, if the input provided is equal to 1, then the next state is equal to B and the output V1, V2 is equal to 1, 1. So that has been represented with a dashed line, and on this line the output V1, V2 is marked, that is equal to 1, 1. Again, when the current state is equal to B, the next state is equal to C when the input is equal to 0. The output V1, V2 is equal to 1, 0. So that is been represented with a solid line and the output is marked on the line. When the input is equal to 1, from state B, the next state is equal to D and the output is equal to 0, 1. So that is been represented with a dashed line. So like this, we are drawing code trellis for state C and D, considering it as a current state and representing the next state with the input values 0 and 1. Now what is a state diagram? In a state diagram, we are combining the current and next states into a single entity. So as shown in the figure, we have 4 states A, B, C and D. Again, here the solid line is used to indicate the input equal to 0 and dashed line indicates input equal to 1. Starting with the state A, when the input is equal to 0, we have a next state that is also equal to A and the output is equal to 0, 0. So you can see in the figure, for a state A, we are representing the next state, that is transition to the same state, with the input with the output equal to 0, 0. When the input is equal to 1, from state A, it goes to the next state, that is equal to B, with the output equal to 1, 1. So that is in marked with a dashed line. So now for a state B, when the input is equal to 0, it goes to the next state, that is equal to C, with the output equal to 1, 0. When the input is equal to 1, from current state B, the encoder goes into the next state, that is D, with the output equal to 0, 1. So like this, we complete the state diagram for state C and D. So this is a complete representation of a state diagram for the code tree explained in the previous video. Let us see some of the comparison of code tree and trellis diagram. So we have seen code tree. The flow of coded signals are along the nodes of the tree. Whereas in case of a trellis diagram, the transitions from current state to next state is shown. Code tree, as you have seen, it is a lengthy way, whereas trellis diagram is a shorter and a compact way. Code tree is simple in decoding, whereas trellis diagram is complex. In case of a programming, complex to implement the code tree in programming, whereas in case of a trellis diagram, it's simple to implement in programming. This is all about code trellis and state diagram. Thank you.